Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Gamer Guide channel. I am Rollin, and today I'm going to be playing here with Rosefall and Seal11, who also owns a channel. Don't remember his channel name though, but Seal11, if you're watching this, you can go ahead and put that down in the comments below. But we played a couple fun games, and thought we'd try to do a battle arena. And I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the new things going to be put into the game this next week on the 4th of August. That is going to be Struts, which is a new type of thing similar to arrow rods that will offer some additional protection. It's a little wider, about the width of 3 blocks, and curves and connects with 2 points, just like an arrow rod does. 3 times the size, so you have 3 times the health, but it's also about 15 times heavier than an arrow rod. And I know 15 times sounds like a lot, but remember, arrow rods are very, very light, so it might just be the equivalent of like what regular blocks would weigh. So it should be good for tanks and wheel vehicles, stuff like that, maybe even hovercrafts and helicopters and things too, possibly, depending on the weight. But if it's the same weight as a normal block, it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, this guy snuck up on me. Probably going to get me, as he's a fast little hover too with those shotguns. But we got double. You have myself and Seal shooting him. Alright, double kill. Well, he snuck up on me fair and square on that one. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to those new parts. It should be something that we can play around with a little bit and get kind of a smoother look. From the look of the GIF that Dragon put up on the boards, it looks like they're going to be pretty slick and offer some new options for art builders. So lately I've been playing with this Hovercraft and other Hovercrafts kind of similar to this for the games that I wanted to win or play more professionally in, and playing a lot less of the mechs and other things that could be considered anti-Gunbrella, as the nerf or the new damage mechanics basically made things like the Golem 8 and other builds that use arrow rods and a lot of heavy weapons and stuff a lot weaker. So anyway, guys, if you're playing something like one of those mechs with heavy weapons, just keep in mind that they were kind of reduced in effectiveness recently, and I prefer things like this build now. If you're trying to get P5 or something like that, I think you have a better chance of getting it. This is a little bit more meat and potatoes build. It uses 7 of the disintegrators and 4 of the devastator plasmas, and then uses 6 menders on it. Has a power module on the underside, which you probably haven't seen, but you can kind of get a little glimpse from there. And then it has some hovers to kind of get it to go faster a little bit when moving forward, at least. So it's a great little vehicle. You can play both support and offense with it, and uses minimal electroplates, just those 2 little ones on the front, as the little tier 2 electroplates, as they used to be called, are kind of the best ones right now as far as cost per what you get in shielding. And I just need something in the center, basically. I do have a bunch of new robots I've been making that use a pretty heavy amount of electroplates, and they're kind of a different play style than these type. When you're playing heavy electroplates on a small hover and stuff, it's going to be more of an assistant robot or something that will heal, or just go in for a quick strike on a tower and then get out of there. It's not going to be a toe-to-toe robot. This is a little bit more of a toe-to-toe battler. So, you know, I can go up against some of these shotgun robots and other vehicles and do decently well. Of course, I just got flanked there by 3 guys, so doubt I'm going to make it out of here. Oh, cool, we got that guy dead. Well, let me come up here just to get out of the way of harm until I get some of my parts back. This is also a multi-level hover, so you have your 3 hovers in the front that are on a lower level than the 4 hovers in back, and that allows you to put things like thrusters on the back and protect them without having to have them out the side and exposed. So I like this kind of setup, and it's real stable too. It's similar to what I did on my Cyberbot account. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, I had another multi-level hover there, but on this one I just wanted to give it a lot more options, and a little bit has more CPU. So we also are able to add things like radar jammers, 2 of them, on, 1 on each side, and then a radar, and then better guns and better plasmas and stuff too. Alright, let's see if we can get out of here. Nope, he got me. Uh-oh, that shotgun bot is heading right to our tower. Let me warn these guys real quick. Hopefully somebody will notice and get in there and shoot him. So anyway, there are some big changes. Like I said, just be aware that the meta has changed so much and somewhat in the game. And things that are really popular now are not just like hovercrafts as far as being more performance build, but helicopters have become a lot more popular. Drones have become a lot more popular than normal, as the countermeasure, which was mechs, has really taken a pretty good hit as far as their longevity on the battlefield. Another thing that I noticed, and that was posted actually I think by Robot Engine originally, was that Mega Wheels and Mega Hovers don't have the same protonivity as far as resistance from damage, so they'll pass through damage to connecting parts, and you'll lose your Mega parts or your Mega Hovers and Mega Wheels a lot quicker than you should, so they'll fall off your vehicle before they actually are destroyed. So his recommendation was don't use Mega Wheels and don't use Mega Hovers. My recommendation is kind of like that, but basically if you're going to use Mega Wheels, attach them to an anchor block like a tank track, and that way it will soak up that extra damage and keep your wheel on longer. I was actually thinking about trying that, putting a Mega Wheel and using tank tracks as connecting points on them. But as far as performance builds, play helicopters, drones, or hovercrafts right now. I prefer hovercrafts because they're not as susceptible to flak, and they're easy to fly, and they're fast, and you can load them out with a lot of weapons. So I've been playing that on my my Gunbrella account, though I haven't been playing as much lately as I normally do. I've been kind of playing more Crossout and Galactic Junk League lately. But with the new arrow rods and stuff, I'll definitely check them out, and we might have some more surprises in store for us too this next week. So I would not be surprised if they have a couple things they're not telling us until we get closer to the patch. Anyway, I would hope that they will lighten up a little bit on the nerf to mech legs, as I feel like some of the damage propagation might also be making mechs die a little easier. Like I think the things that connect rods and stuff to other legs seem to be falling off a little sooner than they used to. And I had somebody on the forums talking about that too, saying that the damage channeling has changed somewhat on mech designs or multi-leg designs where they have a penalty. Now, I haven't taken a lot of time to test and confirm that. In fact, from the little testing I did do outside of the game, I didn't really see arrow rods breaking between legs like he was alluding to, so that might be nonsense, but I can tell you from playing them, though, that the mech builds that I had before, like the Golem Sentinel 8, aren't nearly as good as they used to be, so that's why I've kind of decided to start playing hovercrafts again, mostly. But I always did kind of like hovercrafts, and now that they're fast again and the flak doesn't work against them, there's really a good reason to build again with hovercrafts. So this Centurion is up on the CRF. Like I said, it is a really good workhorse, and if I was going to play one vehicle to P5 now, it would probably be this one, Centurion, or the Neuroptics, which I've already had out there and is pretty popular on my channel. So you can find this guy on the Rollin account, and some of my other stuff is posted up on Gamer Guide, but for the most part, most of my good hovercrafts are here on the Rollin account, so I think Neuroptics is actually on this one, and then so is the Centurion. So pretty good stuff. I want to try to rebuild Warstorm, which is the double flak gun or shotgun, whatever you want to call it, ion disruption or distorter, whatever they're called, robot, and go ahead and post that up too. But it was built on one of the slots that I had deleted from the shop and then rebuilt on. So now that we don't have that problem anymore, I just need to take the time to go in and rebuild it. Anyway, Rosefall here, he's playing a Tesla hovercraft he had put together, and we played a deathmatch game too, and it's kind of fun. It looks pretty cool for sure. So I'm sure he'll be putting out a video on this at some point in the future. There we go. Looks like we got a kill there. But this is pretty much just optimized for being more performance. It doesn't look as cool as his, I would say, but definitely works really well. I'm going to get him healed up here real quick, see if he can knock out some of those guys. Uh-oh. Man, that ion distorter hovercraft is pretty good. But it's a little slower, and I can usually back off away from it and then use my SMGs to kill it. Alright, looks like we got another guy coming down towards me. And he got me. Alright. Well, good for him, but again, he kited out too far, so he's going to end up dying here. Oh, no, maybe not. He's got himself a blink module. That was smart. Alright, so let's see. How are we doing here? Right now we're at overclock 14. Got a little bit of time here until we clock back in. But besides from that, it's been kind of a slow week in Robocraft as far as new news, because we're not getting a patch. We didn't get a patch this week, but next week we will certainly get one. So the new part should be interesting, and I definitely have some ideas for a couple land vehicles that I'd like to make with the new rods, as they're going to kind of be the armor equivalent, and offer some different kind of style options too, which should be kind of cool. Let's see if we can take these guys' guns off here. So he flies over top, and almost got him. Damn it. Just got hit with a bunch of plasma right in the face too. Oop. Excuse me, sir. Kindly move your mech. There we go. But I have noticed there's still a lot of mechs in play, and they don't do horribly. They're just not at the same level as they used to be. So, you know, whereas I might have died like once or twice in a game before with a mech that I built, like a Golem Sentinel 8, now I probably die like 5 times. So, you know, you take a lot more damage, you explode a lot easier. It's definitely not a tanky build anymore. So, Hovercrafts are a lot more tanky than mechs. Alright, let's go ahead and take this guy out, if we can. Oh, damn it, just barely missed. Certainly is no lack of snipers. And how did he get me? I was around the corner. But maybe lag? I don't know. Supposedly he got me. Just delayed reaction. Alright, we got... This guy's got a pretty cool looking mech though. I like the missile launcher on the side. The purple and black combo. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Midnight mech. Alright, let's get back into this here. We need to go ahead and push up on their base. I think we're getting them pretty overwhelmed. If we can just defend this tower here. Looks like Rosefall's got the same idea. We just need to push them back off this point, and then we'll try to hit their tower. There we go. Let's get him off the top. Anyway, I do like this build a lot. I know it doesn't look like a really awesome design or anything, but it is kind of set up just to be a performance build, and uses those SMGs and plasmas as they're really good as far as the CPU versus damage that they do. And then having 6 of the menders too allows you to get a lot of healing points in, and that will help you a lot with your ranking. So if your team loses, you should still be in the top half of the board, so you don't lose rank and when you're trying to get P5. So this is the kind of thing that I recommend if you guys are looking to try to get up the ladder and you want to try to do the League Arena. I've already got P5 twice, and back then the mechs were the way to do it, but now I definitely think this is the way to do it, and I'm kind of doing that right now on my Gunbrella account. Of course, the game might change again, as they seem to kind of, at Free Jam, see what's popular, and then they work at nerfing it. So I would not be surprised if we get some other additions in the next patch that take away some of the advantage to like hovercrafts and drones and stuff, as those are the popular things right now. Actually, I've been also seeing a lot of the chain gun mech, or chain gun helicopters rather, in games lately. In fact, like 3 or 4 of them in matches and stuff today when I was playing Battle Arena. So that might be the new meta, is chain gun helicopters with a power module and like 6 rotors, 2 chain guns. Because you can fly right up over a cliff and just really come down right on people right away. So it is kind of an interesting build. And man, I got 2 shotgun people after me. Let's see if we can get away here. Try to get through this tunnel here. And cool, we'll go and kite him into Rosefall and this other guy. Thank you very much. Looks like they're about to take the enemy tower. I see the tower taking hits. And probably have like 1 more seam on there. So there we go. Well, that has been the news on Robocraft so far this week. There'll be a lot more coming later on, as we're going to be getting that patch here later in the week, probably about Thursday, as that's kind of been the normal time. But if you guys will leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd appreciate it very much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys have been up to in Robocraft, or what you've been having fun with as far as your builds. It'd be kind of interesting to see what you see as the new meta. Of course, still a lot of those Tesla Chinese stars out there too. I've noticed that a lot too. But I've been having fun playing Crossout, playing Galactic Junk League, and some of those other games too. And I'm sure I'll be covering more about Robocraft after we get the new struts in the game. So let's see if we get anything decent here out of the chest. Nothing special. This is all rare stuff, probably sellables, as we do have some of those struts, and they are going to be epic, so it'll be a little harder to get them. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in my very next one. Later.